Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.
15 minutes to 8, let's head on up to Dubbo, find out what's happening there. Mayor Matthew Dickerson, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Now, before we go this morning, Kerry, after we talk about whatever you want to talk about, I just want to make sure I have time for an official thank you to you, but we'll get to that at the end if that's all right.
That's okay. What's happening in Dubbo at the moment, apart from elections and things, little thing like the election coming up on Saturday?
Yeah, just a minor thing that seems to be in the road of everything else. We had a final council meeting last week, Kerry, because we had a couple of things to tidy up after the last final council meeting. So we had an extraordinary council meeting last week, and in that we did a couple of things. We had to refer our financial accounts to the auditor. That seemed like a fairly important thing to do, and there was a deadline for that, so we held a meeting for that. But the exciting thing we did was we put our application, or we resolved to formally put our application in for $11.25 million from the Renewable Energy Awareness, or for the Renewable Energy Awareness and Career Training Centre. So this is part of the Central West Arana Renewable Energy Zone Legacy Infrastructure Fund. And it's a strange fund, Kerry. I wish all applications were like this. Essentially, Dubbo Regional Council is guaranteed $11.25 million. Then we've just got to come up with a project that the state government approves. Normally, it's a competitive process to try and get some money out of government, but this one in particular is already tagged for us. We've just got to put an application in that they approve. So we put that in for the REACT Centre. We think this will fundamentally change the economy of Wellington. 100,000 visitors a year, 6,000 people trained over the next 5 years. Incredibly exciting. We've just got to get the state government to approve it now.
All right, okay, so you're looking for that approval down the track. Okay, what else is happening, sir?
Well, I'm actually in Canberra at the moment, and while we're on renewable energy, I'm speaking at the Better Futures Forum. And the topic is all about renewables and how they're being integrated into our community. So I'm speaking at this about how government, how proponents can do a better job dealing with councils. And one of our great frustrations, Kerry, you've probably heard me say it a lot of times before, is this whole concept of a VPA, Voluntary Planning Agreement. Now, I know you're a nice guy, Kerry, but if I say, would you voluntarily give me some money? You're probably going to say, no, thank you.
No, thank you, but no.
And this is the challenge we have. All of these renewable energy proponents, we've got to have a discussion with them about a voluntary planning agreement. We say, would you like to give us some money? And of course, their first response is no. So then we've got to get them from a no to a maybe to a yes, and then how much. And it's this really complicated process. I would like it to be turned into a CPA, a compulsory planning agreement, and make sure there's compulsory money that comes through. We're going okay with the process at the moment, but we've got 37 different proponents that we've got to deal with, and we've got to have extended negotiation with each one to get them from a V to a C and eventually get some money into our coffers.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty complicated.
It is, yeah, but it's something that's certainly an issue across the nation. So forums like this I'm at today, talking about this, having the federal government's ear, having Chris Bowen's ear, all of that is incredibly important. The only other one I wanted to just mention to you briefly before I thank you, Kerry, is there's a promotion from the Australian Drivers Federation, and that's all about don't be that driver. And I quite like the idea of the promotion. Sometimes you'll be driving along, you see someone overtake on double yellow lines, you go, oh, look at that idiot over there. And so the whole promotion is make sure you're not the one that's that driver. And we still lose too many people on our roads. 811 people lost on regional roads last year. So it's just too many people lost. So if we can not be that driver, that sounds like it'll be good for all of us.
Anything that's going to stop that carnage on the roads, I am a great proponent of and a great supporter of. I just think, we really have to do something about the road type at the moment because it is becoming disastrous, if I might say.
Yeah, it is. And our swimming pool's open. On Saturday, swimming pool season's open. Swimming pool's open now.
Did you go for a dip? Did you have a dip?
Well,
did you put your toe in, did you?
I went down to officially open it, and some people did say, do I have mayoral budgie smugglers? I must admit.
Oh, thank you. please. Oh, dear. It's breakfast time, for God's sake, please.
I didn't have time to get the logo put on the Budgie Smugglers, so I went in the suit. I'm sorry to say that there's no footage of me in the Budgie Smugglers. So
now, you're not quite a my LGA, so all the very best on Saturday, and we hopefully look forward to talking to you in the future. We will do that. Doesn't matter what happens, we will still look forward to talking to you in the future, and we'll probably talk about renewable energy too, by the way.
we will. So can I officially thank you, Kerry? Every fortnight you've been generous enough to have me on your program. One of the sections of Section 226 of the Local Government Act says that the Mayor is to be the spokesperson for council, and I take that role very seriously. I believe I need to make sure I do communicate extensively. Being able to communicate with you, your listeners, it's incredible how interlinked the entire region is, even though you're a different LGA. The entire region, we all work together. We've got regional cities in New South Wales, we work together. So thank you and 2BS for your time, for allowing me to come on each fortnight and talk to your listeners.
There is no problems, and I look forward to talking to you in the future. Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Kerry.
Kerry. Bye-bye.
Thanks, mate. There we go. Thank you, Dickinson, man.
Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickinson from Dubbo Regional Council.